This is breaking news. SBF has been found guilty on all 7 fraudulent charges. Yeah, this is wild. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to read all this to you. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried was found guilty of all 7 charges by a jury in his criminal trial in New York after about 4 hours of deliberations, meaning it didn't take long. Bankman-Fried was found guilty of 2 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of wire fraud conspiracy, 1 count of securities fraud, 1 count of commodities fraud conspiracy, and 1 count of money laundering conspiracy. Good Lord, that's a lot of charges. And it's just getting started. He'll be back in court in March to continue with some more charges he'll probably get guilty of. Will return to the court for sentences by New York District Judge Lewis Kaplan March 28th. So that's the date. It's right before the halving. Government prosecutors will recommend a sentence, but Judge Kaplan will have the final say. Now, Bankman-Fried's crimes each carry a maximum sentence of between 5 and 20 years in prison, with the wire fraud conspiracy, and money laundering conspiracy carrying a maximum of 20-year sentence. In a press conference outside the court, the New York Southern District U.S. Attorney Damian Williams called Bankman-Fried's crimes a multi-billion-dollar scheme designed to make him the king of crypto, right? The Michael Jordan of crypto. The Warren Buffett of crypto. And one of the biggest financial frauds in American history, Bankman-Fried's attorney, Mark Cohen, said in a statement, "We respect the jury's decision, but we are very disappointed with the result." Naturally, Mr. Bankman-Fried maintains his innocence and will continue to vigorously fight the charges against him. Anyone here in the chat, we have over 200 people in the live. Anyone believe he is innocent? I am just curious if there's any outliers out there. Anyways, other key FTX execs, including former Alameda CEO Caroline Ellison, FTX co-founder Gary Wang, and former engineering head Nishad Singh, have all pleaded guilty to various charges and work with the government to testify against Bankman-Fried in the 5-week trial. Now, Bankman-Fried had pleaded not guilty to all the charges, and during his trial, he took the stand to maintain his innocence against the best wishes of his lawyers, who told him to shut the what up. Just saying. And marking the FTX November 2022 collapse as a number of big mistakes I made, he denied any wrongdoing in the FTX relationship with Alameda, attempting to distance himself from key decisions, which we all know is not true. According to the testimonies of their execs, Bankman-Fried pinned the blame on Gary Wang for creating a function that allowed Alameda to trade funds on FTX that it didn't have, and claimed he wasn't entirely sure what happened. Oh, I don't know what happened. With Alameda's line of credit, which ballooned to billions in the collapsing crypto market of 2022. In his testimony, he also blamed Caroline Ellison for not focusing on risk management. How are you going to blame your ex? That's just wild. Anyways, he didn't believe he defrauded FTX customers by taking over $8 billion worth of their funds. Instead, he framed it as Alameda just borrowing from the exchange. Yeah, borrowing from investors without their permission is called stealing. I just wanted to point that one out. Now, Max Kaiser responded to this attorney who spoke out, and he said, "This is tough talk when it comes to the minor league, the drug Adderall-ish coiner like SBF, but where's all the bravado when Jamie the Tapeworm Dimon," that's the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, "gets caught manipulating markets and defrauding the public again, or the next crooked Warren Buffett bailout? You talk a good game, but you're no different than SBF." And I think Max makes some excellent points. The big dogs get away with this all the time, of course, but clearly there's levels to this ish, if you know what I mean. Now, what are your thoughts surrounding this case? How do you think this will likely continue to play out in March as they continue with the court trial, facing more charges he's up against? Let me know, fam. I appreciate that. Neo says SBF, his family, and everyone who worked with him are guilty as fudge in the inmates' undies. Word up, man. Word up. Guy Smokey says guilty.